In my previous video about Koyor, I said that I went to Semarang at the last May end. I intentionally visited Sampotong. Please refer to my video number 8003 for further details about Sampotong. Leaving Sampotong, the group recommended to have lunch at a Swieke stall just in front of the Sampotong office, a recent viral diner too. The word Swieke is actually Minang dialect of Fujianese, but in Indonesian, it's understood as a Central Java origin delicacy kind, made from rice-filled frog. The frog can be boiled, fried, or grilled. As the main target of eating is thighs, people also consume its inner abdomen and eggs. Every time talking about Swieke, I always remember my first Erhu or Chinese violin instructor, teacher Chen Lingqian. I mentioned him in my video number C018. Locally, people called him God of Chinese Flute, as he was the best Chinese bamboo flute player in Semarang. During Soekarno era, he taught music in Chinese schools. We were very close and he came to my home quite frequently. One day he said that the owner of the oldest and most famous Chinese restaurant in Semarang hired him to teach Mandarin to the owner's grandchild, but only for one day and fired him. I and my father were shocked. Why? We asked. He explained that for the first lesson, to know better the family business, the student brought the restaurant menu as the first lesson subject, and the teacher then taught the meaning of the Chinese words on the menu item by item. When it came to shui or water, ji, chicken, the teacher taught the student if it was a kind of chicken, water chicken. The student shouted that it was frog. The teacher confirmed that it was a kind of chicken, as the chicken character ji very clearly meant chicken. The student argued that he or she could not be wrong, as every time a guest ordered it, the restaurant served frog for the order. Again, the teacher insisted that it was chicken, so he was fired right away. My father suddenly laughed aloud. My teacher asked a clarification why my father laughed so loudly and what wrong was with the incident. My father said that the two-character word shui ji was Fujianese and the two were inseparable. It meant rice-filled frog or green frog, nothing to do with chicken. Its Mandarin was Qinghua. My father continued that as my teacher was Hakka, he might not understood Fujianese. Shui ji in Fujianese was pronounced as Swieke. Once he heard the word Swieke, he jumped and shouted that he knew Swieke and it was frog, but he just didn't know that the word Shui ji has to be pronounced in Fujianese as Swieke. By the way, I am Fujianese. My father still couldn't stop his loud laughing. My father comforted him, saying that the incident was not his fault, as it was outside Mandarin and he was Hakka. But it was neither the student's fault, as the student didn't know if Shui ji was not a Mandarin word. The characters look Chinese, and indeed they are Chinese characters anyway. Afterwards, my teacher asked a confirmation, whose fault is it then? My father answered that it was no one's fault, instead it was just a fate. For more some twist samples on Fujianese or Minang dialects from Mandarin, please refer to my video number B004. And thank you for watching.